early Nelly catalog up against anybody.
Well, I'll never forget when Country Grammar came out. The first time I saw that video, I said, I don't know what this is, but I want more of it. Please give me more of it, because nothing else sounded like that. And he brought his Saint Lunatic to everybody else when it came to hip-hop and crossing over to pop, and then doing stuff with when it comes to the pitcher's son. I can't remember his name right now. Tim McGraw, doing stuff with him in Florida Georgia line. Once he got that going, he was able to drag so many different people with him and influence the hip-hop game from St. Louis. Nobody saw that coming from Nelly.
All right, Smalls, I'm putting you on the spot.
Okay.
Nelly in the verses. Who are we going to see Nelly in the verses?
It's funny you say that, because when I brought up the Nelly catalog, I was like, didn't he already do a verses with Ludacris? And I looked it up. And according to the internet, they say that Luda won, but only because of cadence. Because when I was going, and I love Ludacris, okay? Ludacris also has a deep catalog.
Yes.
But when I was going song for song, Nelly clears.
Now, is that your bias showing?
Right, yeah.
That's what I want to know.
It is not, because I think we are talking straight bangers. Straight, I'm in the club, this comes on, and I'm dropping everything to go to the dance floor. Okay, so let's go Country Grammar and Fantasy. That's a wash. Okay, both their first hits, biggest hits. I will call that a wash.
Okay.
I would put EI too for Nelly.
All right.
Just the open alone of EI. Is enough to put it number 2. And I don't think anything that Ludacris has in the catalog can top EI.
Roll out?
Can't top EI.
Yeah. Area codes?
Can't top EI.
I don't know about that one.
All right.
I don't know about that one.
There's the bias. Okay,
I don't know about. Yeah, exactly. I don't know about that.
You mean to tell me when you hear the intro to EI and you're out at a party or you're at an establishment that you're not like, oh boy, I'm getting a warning. I'm getting like a 12-second warning before I get to the dance floor.
Sure, you get the warning, but as someone who's from New York that can be in the middle of this ATL St. Louis war that we got going on with David Dennis doing ATL and you representing St. Louis, you heard Roll Out Anywhere. Dun, 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 and that was your 12-second warning as well when it comes to EI.
Yeah. Move.
Yeah.
Get out the way.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Wait a minute now.
I love starting stuff.
This is unbelievable.
Oh, it is.
Classic.
I'm just saying that Ludacris number 2s and number 3s match up quite well with Nelly's number 2s and number 3s.
Well, we also concluded that
wash was a little dip on the chip with the word wash.
We concluded that a lot of Ludacris's best work was when he was featured.
Yes. Whereas
Still
Nelly is straight up Nelly songs.
Still counts in the verses.
Yeah,
that's true.
Features count in the verses.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, this cannot count as a Ludacris song.
Nor should it. Who's doing this?
This would even
Bieber.
cross my mind. As this
like one of his most famous songs.
This is biased DJing right here.
Complete biased
This is
DJ.
probably his most famous song.
It is not even close to his most famous
It's
song.
up there.
It is not. Stop putting that
It's
in
up
the ether.
there.
I don't know.
That's why
verse?
dumb stuff gets reintegrated all the time. Stuff like this. Don't do that.
Okay, well, we could debate Nelly versus Ludacris all show long, the same way that people debate LeBron versus Michael, if we're talking GOAT of a certain rap era or GOAT of basketball. And you guys, I feel like we're saying this so much this season, but LeBron James breaks another NBA record. He does it last night. He and the Lakers defeat the Cavs 127-113, and LeBron James passes Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the most wins, guys, in NBA history. He picked up his record 229th career win, and he does it against the team that he obviously started his career with. LeBron just having a very interesting season, not only further etching his name in NBA history, but this new role that he's taken on with the Lakers, the way that they're kind of finding themselves down the stretch. David, what was your reaction to seeing LeBron have yet another record with his name on top of it last night?
We're running out of records. We're running out of things. Like LeBron mentioned a couple weeks ago that his teammates have been making fun of him because he breaks a record every game. And it's kind of getting to that point. Like, I don't even know what other records there are to be broken. Like, by the time this thing is done, we're going to be talking about all of these, like, oh, yeah, you kind of got a record. Oh, but LeBron actually has the record, but it doesn't really matter because he's so far ahead of everybody else.
Right.
Like, that's what we're going to be talking about. He's got – They're making up new records for him to have, I'm pretty sure, and new patches and new things in his jersey. It's just adding to the accolades. And when we're talking about the GOAT conversation, this is where LeBron James knows that he can cement himself past Jordan in this aspect, is that LeBron James does not have a Wizards era in his career. He's not going to have a Wizardsy type of end where you say this isn't the same guy. Like even LeBron not being the same guy. Did you see the dunks he had last night? He's leading the league right now in transition points. Like he is still moving like a guy who's 10 years younger than he is, and we're not going to see the fall off in the same way that we saw with Jordan. He knows this, and he's embracing these accolades at the end of his career.
I've always said for the longest time, Smalls and David, that LeBron is the greatest athlete that the NBA's ever seen. And he keeps cementing that in my mind and everybody else's minds time and time again, playing at this kind of level with that kind of speed and agility. And he's passed 20 years in the National Basketball Association. But I thought it was interesting when it comes to GOAT conversation. There was a great interview with Michael Jordan with Gayle King on CBS Sunday Morning. She asked him that same question. He says, you really can't have GOATs because so many different players in different eras. You got to compare this era to that era. He's never been a firm believer in that. He says, people want to put me on top of that pedestal, put me on top of that mountain. It is really hard to do something like that. That's where it gets complicated, in my opinion, with the legacy of LeBron James, because you're always going to compare him to the GOATs, whether it's Michael Jordan, whether it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, whether it's Wilt Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson. But what he's been able to do is, in my opinion, going to be unprecedented. I don't think we're going to see this ever again, with a guy still playing at that kind of athletic marvel level that we're seeing in year 23 from LeBron James. Of course, he's not as agile as he was when 18, 19 years of age. None of us are. But still doing this better than guys far younger than him, that's where the legacy should not be complicated, no matter what kind of GOAT conversation you want to have with LeBron James being in the middle of that.
Yeah, and all the credit in the world goes to him for the way that he's taking care of his body, the conditioning that he endures year in and year out. He has really put himself in a position with his dedication and his sacrifice to be able to still compete at a high level right now. But, Freddie, you said that we may never see this again when it comes to LeBron James, but there is someone that thinks that we will see someone who's currently playing in the NBA be in that GOAT conversation. Here's Kendrick Perkins talking about Victor Wembanyama.
In 30 years, the GOAT conversation is going to go like this, in no particular order. Wemby, Bron, and MJ. That's how the conversation is going to go.
Wemby, Bron, then MJ. David, I see you having a reaction there. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Well, I love when people try to play futures game in the present, and it always comes back to haunt people and bite people.
I said David.
We don't know what this is going to look like 30 minutes from now, much less 30 years from now with Victor Wembanyama. I get it. He's as tall as Yao Ming and as athletic like Kobe Bryant. I understand that you want to extrapolate that 30 years down the road. How about we try to extrapolate in the playoffs this year before we start a GOAT conversation? Perk may not even be alive by that time. I know I won't be alive by that time as far as that goes. So why are we